Injury to one and injury to all.
Victory to your struggle. This is Steve Zeltzer with the United Front Committee for Labor Party, and we're here today in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Italy, Cobus, the Amazon and FedEx workers who have a general strike to defend themselves against the vicious attacks by the employers and by the government, which has jailed their leaders, and even a organizer was murdered on the picket line. So we're here in front of the San Francisco consulate, and we're demanding the government stop the repression of the Italian Amazon, FedEx, Logistic workers. They have a right to decent living conditions. Also, we're protesting the attack on immigrant workers in Italy, because many of these logistic workers are immigrants, and they're threatened, their immigration status is threatened. So we're here in solidarity with them, and today they're taking action with the general strike in Italy. So first we're going to have a song by Francis of Solidarity, American Solidarity song. So welcome, Francis.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no greater power anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Is there aught we hold in common with a greedy parasite who would lash us into serfdom and crush us with his might? Is there anything left for us but to organize and fight? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies. Wait.
I think from.
Oh. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving, miss the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong. It is we who wash the dishes, scrub the floors and chase the dirt, feed the kids and send them off to school, and then we go to work, where we work for half the wages, for a boss who likes to flirt, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundation, built it its skywards, owned by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to master and to own. But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified thousandfold. We can bring to forth the new world from the ashes of the old, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. But the union makes us strong.
And our next speaker is Charles Minster, retired laborer and an activist in San Francisco. Welcome, Charles.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve and Cosme, for putting this together. I'm 42 years a trade unionist and an activist in that time, and I stand here today also as an advocate for a workers' government. Wherever workers may be, they should govern. The people who produce this wealth should control the wealth. Now, it's interesting that it's FedEx and Amazon that are the people that are attacking Italian workers. In this country, Amazon and FedEx are unorganized, and they continually attack the workers who work for them, paying them less than union wages, screwing them around on their health care, and exploiting them to the max as far as production. So Amazon has probably put out of business probably 100,000 or more businesses around the world, or maybe much more than that. They don't produce anything but some Hollywood movies that'll fantasize the United States power, and the only thing they've produced really was a ability to eliminate competition around the country and around the world, and then put products in their warehouses that can be distributed under their auspices, and they maintain profit off after not producing a damn thing. Much like the gig operations that you have in this country and around the world that have the taxi cab service they've taken over, or the delivery services to homes. They're nothing but apps. They produce an app on the telephone, and all of a sudden they've got the ability to screw around the transport system, the delivery system of food, and so forth. If anything, this pandemic has proven to the world that without centralized control of the health care and of manufacturing and distribution, we're in trouble, big trouble. And this country's and Italy too operate under a capitalist system that is anarchist. It's completely ran the gauntlet of its ability to contribute to humanity, if it ever did. And the idea that this can continue was, like the previous speaker said, with climatic change, capitalism is not going to stop the problems that are happening with the climate, because it will interrupt their profits. That's their only reason for existence, profits. So again, I speak for a workers' government, both here and in Italy, where the people who produce the wealth control the wealth. Thank you.
Of course, the American workers have a long tradition of militancy, class struggle, and Sacco and Vanzetti were Italian immigrants who were organizing in the United States for workers' rights against the capitalists, the union busters, and they were murdered. They were framed up and murdered by the state, by the police, and the companies. And that's what's going on internationally. Workers are being attacked throughout the world who are fighting Amazon, who are fighting FedEx, who are fighting really slave labor conditions. That's what's going on around the world. So our struggle here is part of an international struggle. On October the 20th, there are going to be actions around the world in solidarity with the Korean workers. The president of their union is in prison, and they're fighting for equality. There's a general strike in Italy, in Korea for equality, and we need to support that because we need the same thing in the United States. We need to mobilize the entire working class to put a halt to the slave labor conditions right here in the United States, the union busting, the hunger, right here, and this is Billionaires Row, right here in Pacific Heights. You've got 70 billionaires in San Francisco, and yet people are dying in the streets. People can't get health care. People are dying from COVID, and we don't even have national health care in the United States. So we need a real struggle in the United States for workers' lives, and we're uniting with the Italian workers who are fighting for the same thing. Cobus, the Amazon workers, the FedEx workers, Logistic workers. So our next speaker is the past president of the Teachers Union, Roger Scott, and he's a delegate to the San Francisco Labor Council. Welcome, Roger.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Francis, for your inspiring songs. Music is indeed the language of the soul, and the unions throughout the world are fighting for the existence and dignity of the working people everywhere. We're 7 people here today on a windy hill looking at a beautiful ocean view here in this area of great opulence, but we're 7 people, as I said. However, we're speaking for the millions of working people throughout the world. We've now reached a point in our existence that more and more people, because of the pandemic, the brutal murder of George Floyd, all the terrible wildfires and other forms of environmental degradation, are teaching us that the solutions that we're seeking to survive, for people to survive with dignity and living wage, etc. All of these solutions, all of these threats have global solutions, and I think we're waking up, and I'm more hopeful than I've been at any point in my life, because I think more and more people are recognizing the enslavement conditions of workers being forced to, as the Amazon workers, forced to work without the breaks that they need and without the dignity and fair treatment that they deserve. So we support very strongly the struggle in Italy, the struggle in this country against not only Amazon, but all the large corporations that make billions of dollars, trillions of dollars even, and don't pay their workers a living wage. So we're here, and we're a small number today, but we represent the world, and we will prevail. Thank you very much.
So we just had a brother from the media who's a worker he's a union worker who, Channel 5, who wants to support us. And we've got to break through the media blockade, because the media really do not want workers to know about the struggle of the workers in Italy, because it's the same struggle here. Amazon ads, drug company ads, I mean, that's what you saw on TV, and that's who controls the media here. These same people who are attacking workers, who are whipping up xenophobia, who are pitting worker against worker internationally, are the same ones. And one of the issues in Italy, as well as here, is the misuse and the exploitation of immigrant workers. And we know that the bosses, these corporations, use immigrant workers. They exploit them, and these immigrant workers are terrorized and told that if they unionize, they will get fired. They'll call the ICE. They'll jail them. And this is, again, the tactics of the government with the bosses to exploit workers. And it's not just in Italy, it's in many, many countries around the world. What we say, there should not be borders. Workers should be free everywhere. One of the reasons there are so many immigrant workers is because of U.S. wars, the bombing of Iraq, led to the greatest migration since the Second World War of migrants who were escaping the bombs. Afghanistan led to immigrants. Every U.S. war in Vietnam, in Korea, in the Philippines in 1889 has led to immigrants coming to this country. It's a direct result of U.S. imperialism. This is what we have to end. The struggle against imperialism and war is connected to the struggle of these workers, these immigrant workers and workers around the world. And the United States spends billions, trillions on war. And what have we left the people of Afghanistan? More guns, more bombs to blow them up. This is the result of the U.S. in Afghanistan, the U.S. around the world. So our struggle for the workers of Italy is for internationalism. Their victory is our victory.
Well, I hadn't known about this strike in Italy, but I was really glad to hear about it, because we don't have enough strikes anywhere, and especially in this country. It's like people got so ho-hum, and they're kind of letting the money people just define everything, and so that people have trouble getting jobs, they have trouble protecting themselves in terms of their pay, in terms of their health care, in terms of overtime. Is it getting paid? Is it getting recognized? And it's sort of everywhere, and I really appreciate that what Steve and Cosme and the two guys here who just spoke, the organizing that they're still doing, because it needs to be enormous, that the enormous strike that they're having in Italy, we need to have that in San Francisco and in Oakland, and that, because, I mean, the children all around the world are expecting the adults to be able to have a world here for them where they can get good food and have respect in their work and can also have places to play. But when so many people are so rich that there's literally billions of dollars, 70 billionaires in San Francisco. Now, how many of them actually have any feelings for people all around the world or for the children coming? They aren't even thinking about that. They're just thinking about their bottom line and about it. They don't think about how it affects people's lives. And so the people whose lives are being affected need to stand up and to find more ways to get attention so that we can be thinking together.
Hello, I'm here to support the people's struggle, poor people all over the world, in United States and then any other place in the world. And the Amazon, it is a shame I buy stuff from Amazon and then, sometime, and then just the convenience they sell, or just the competition of the price or the time I get the stuff I need. That's like a kind of, we don't really think about how many people working for Amazon or FedEx, they're struggling, to make minimum wage, and then, paying rent and buying food and all the stuff. And then we're here to protest that 1% of people who control the world wealth are controlling rest of us, where we can buy it, or where we can work, or what do we eat even, And then I just want to say that this is an important issue that you have to address that why a company like Amazon exists, and we allowed the company to exist, but at the same time we should have more choice that the worker treated equally and things like that. And also want to say there's a lot of racism in this country. And but also there's a class struggle too, there's a lot of people, different type of race of people, they are poor, and then they have to work the job they hate, or, they just have to do things they have to do to make, money. And then this is not fair that what Amazon and FedEx is doing to their workers. So we just here to support that effort, and then thank you for.
Victory to the C. Cobus workers.
Victory to the C. Cobus workers.
Stop repressing the unions in Italy.
Stop repressing the unions in Italy.